Big tech companies like Apple and Google have rolled out some new technology alerting users if they've possibly been exposed to COVID-19.
This technology isn't available to everyone, though. Only some states have opted into this. Missouri has not.
In this ABC 17 Defenders investigation, I asked health leaders why, along with the pros and cons to this. Public health authorities around the world are building apps that use an exposure notification system to help their contact tracing efforts. In the U.S., only a handful of states have opted in to use this. Missouri has not as of right now.
At that time, we had real privacy concerns. We felt as though people would consider that an extreme invasion into their privacy.
According to Google and Apple, privacy is also important to them. The exposure notifications would only work if you allow it to, and both companies say the system does not track your location, but instead it uses Bluetooth. But even with all of those steps in place, MU professor Prasad Kalyam says there are several factors to consider to see if this is reliable.
If you don't have enough data, you cannot really make right conclusions. So it's a matter, again, not that there is good technology, but do you have enough data?
And anytime you're dealing with data, Kalyam told me there's always the chance of data being entered incorrectly.
False alarms are, very common. So we have false positives, false negatives. So we could be overly sensitive to the data, or we could, actually miss, facts in the data.
And those possibilities are something the health department says they can't take a chance on right now.
If a person chooses to participate, and if they will truly go into a true quarantine when they get notified, then it's great. It's a great thing.
Now, Clardy also told me that a real benefit he sees is that people would get into quarantine quicker than waiting for that phone call. But he also told me that he'd like to see how other states that have opted in for that feature, to see how they're doing, to even consider the possibility of it actually coming to Boone County.